3, Cameroon 3. It was a draw. Hello and welcome to White Eagles TV. Here we are again. Another performance that only Serbia can do at a World Cup or in qualifying. We're down 1-0. We score. Then we score again. Half time. We score again. We're leading 3-1. And then Cameroon scored 2 goals on Serbia. Now, what can you say? It was a roller coaster match, absolutely. There was a lot of highs or a lot of lows, and here we are now at a terrible result. We should have won this game. We should be going against Switzerland with 3 points. We could have improved our goal difference as well. A lot of people, you can't forget that. If we would have leveled on goal difference, which would be very important. To the point where you could probably draw against Switzerland and go through. But now we have to win against Switzerland. That game is being played Saturday morning here in Australia. So it would be a 6 a.m. game. I believe it's a 9 p.m. game over there in Qatar. So it will be prime time on Friday night there. But what can we really say? For anyone that was watching me last night on YouTube or on Twitter, I was at the local Bonnering Sports Club here in Sydney, and I needed a shot at rakia to calm my nerves when we arrived. I was there with 3 mates, and one rakia turned into 3, and about 8 beers later, and I'm nursing a really bad hangover, but somehow I'm getting through it, and here we are. So as you can see on the screen, I've just pulled up the quick stat. I can't show highlights of the game, otherwise I'll lose my channel. This video will get taken down, and then I'll lose my channel. So I can't show highlights, but we'll just go over the stats. 15 to 13 shots. Big improvement over Brazil. Shots on target 5 and 8. We controlled the game 60% of possession. 503 passes to the Cameroonians, 340. Pass accuracy 81%. Fouls 13 to 8. Yellow cards 2 to 2. No red cards. For Serbia, so far 2 games at a World Cup, no red cards. That's not something we're used to as well. And doesn't matter the rest. And this is how it sits now. We're last in a group. Now that's normal for Serbia at a World Cup to finish last, but we are last. We've got 1 game to get off that last position, or otherwise, what a bust of a World Cup this is for Serbia. It really is. But the equation is simple for us. We beat Switzerland, and we're through. So Brazil have 6. You think they're going to beat Cameroon, or at least draw. Then it's Switzerland on 3. We got 1. So it's simple. We go out there, we win. We go to 4. We go through. Probably face Portugal in the round of 16 if we do get there. And we've beaten Portugal. We've drawn, and we beat them. We beat them in that last qualification campaign. So we know how to take on Portugal. But yeah, this is not a great situation to be in, but it's a situation we find ourselves all the time, at a World Cup. And then you have to think, don't forget, Switzerland have 2 shit-tards in their team, and I've been saying to all my mates, they're going to be playing like Pele and Maradona against us. They're going to absolutely leave nothing else on the field. They're going to kill themselves to beat us. So already we're sort of starting from behind with those 2 guys in there. They're going to hate us, and they're going to try and clean us up. But there we go. So I just want to show some footage of what I watched earlier today. It's pretty brutal assessment of Dragan Stojkovic. And it's from RTS who was showing the game, and it was a commentator was asked his opinion, and pretty much just blamed all of Stojkovic for these problems. So I'm just gonna play this, and we'll go from there. Starts about, here it is.
Ne okrivljujem danas igrače ni za šta. Oni nemaju fizičku spremu. Kad nemaš fizičku spremu, nemaš koncentraciju, nemaš ni disciplinu. A moram ovo da kažem, mada sam razmišljao sam cijelo vrijeme, ali prosto ja to tako vidim. Mi smo danas odigrali utakmicu da nismo imali selektore na klupi. Nikad nisam vidio da neko lošije vodi utakmicu na tako jednom velikom takmičenju kao Dragan Stojković danas. Užasno. jednostavno užasno da vi...
And there it is. I mean, what do you believe? Do you support those comments? I probably think yes. I mean, when you're leading 3-1, you've got the 3 points. You got half hour left in the game. We're still pressing. We're still playing a high line. Why? Why are we going forward? All you need is one goal over them, and you get the 3 points. I'm not sure why we're going for more goals. We're pressing so high, and they got us on the counter. And then we're looking for VAR to help us out. VAR didn't help us out. Both those goals were onside from what VAR was showing. It looked offside from watching it on TV. The naked eye was telling us, yes, it's offside. But then when VAR reviewed it, they were onside. And so the question is, why were we playing such a high line when we're up 3-1? We still had 3 attackers, Tadic, Sergej, and Mitrovic up front. Why didn't he sacrifice at least one of them, pack the midfield, bring in another defender, whatever, or take 2 off, take Sergej and Tadic off, or Sergej and Mitra off, and let Dusan run like the wind up there, and just pack the midfield and defense and just play for the 3-1. That's it. That's all we needed. What was the point? And this is maybe Stojkovic's lack of awareness. Obviously, this is his first World Cup, and he has coached in Japan and China, but this is a big time, and he just didn't. He just messed it up. He should have taken off those 2 players and packed the midfield defense. We get that win 3-1, and it not only did get 3 points, but the players will get confidence, and you give us fans something as well. That's what any team would have done. Is play it out, play defensive till the end. Any team would have done that. It's not like people would have looked at him and criticized him. No, they would have just said, yes, that's what we would have done, and that's what you've done, and that's it. But unfortunately, here we are now, 3-3 draw. Only Serbia can do something like this. And we play Switzerland on Saturday morning. At least the equation is simple. We need to win. And obviously 4 years ago, there might be a little bit of payback. A lot of the players that played in that World Cup will still remember what happened when they scored and provocation against our team. So there it is. But last night was a great night with my mates and at the local Serb club over at Bonnering, and it was packed. Everyone was in good spirits and everyone got along, and it was just great to be there, to be amongst it, that sort of crowd, and nothing can really sort of set off a crowd like when you score a goal, especially when Serbia play. But unfortunately, 3-3, I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I saw those 2 goals go in. I think I was even at the bar getting more rakia. When I walked back, it was 3-2. I'm like, well, where'd that goal come from? And I think I just sat down again, and I was like, why am I drinking Odis rakia when they scored another goal? And then I was like, now I know why I'm drinking Odis rakia for, because Serbia's playing. No other team would have done. No other team performs like this at a World Cup. Just don't understand what it is about us that brings us to this result like this 3-3. When you have all that defense on the defense on the bench and defensive midfielders, could have brought Goodell on and run it down. The Cameroonians were, they're all chasing the game. We didn't need to do anything apart from maybe play defensive and just go for that that win. But so there it is. At least it's not a loss, and Brazil did us a favour by beating Switzerland. If that was a draw, because Brazil scored at 82nd minute, if that was a draw, boom, we're gone. We're back home. We're done. So we have to thank the Brazilians for getting that late win and giving us a chance. We know what we need, but we know that it's Serbia. Who knows who's going to turn up on Saturday? We could play like absolute, like against Portugal, or we could play like against Azerbaijan in 2003. If you don't know what those games are, look it up. Terrible, and we missed out in qualification 2004 Euros. Who's going to turn up on Saturday? How the players going to react to this? I mean, you just saw this commentator smash Stojkovic. How is Stojkovic going to react? He's going to be criticised, and rightly so. He should be criticised. The players are going to be absolutely devastated. And I guess now it's all about man management. How are you going to pick these players up? How are you going to pick them up against Switzerland when you know that you need to win and the pressure's on and you know the provocations will come? How does Stojkovic do that when he was naive in this game? Does he know how to set the team up against Switzerland and set the team up against provocation and get our temperament right? Pavlovic went off injured. Did he need to go off? I don't know. And then we brought on Stefan Mitrovic. It wasn't his fault the goals went in. It wasn't even Vanja Milinkovic-Savic's fault the goals went in. It was just a lack of concentration, playing too high up, and here we are, where we're in a very bad situation. So let's just look at Serbian Footy, one of my favorite accounts. Let's just look at how he summarized it at the end. Let's have a look. 3-all full time. Tadic gave that one away. Many questions have been asked of Stojkovic after that one. Was Pavlovic injured, or did he think the game was over at 3-1 and didn't want to risk him? Need a win, and no Vlahovic, very frustrating choke job. And Mitrovic is still coming back from injury and could barely move at 60th minute. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, why not put Vlahovic up front, and then you've got pace and you've got energy, and then it's Cameroon has to sort of drop back and chase after Vlahovic, but you leave Mitro's clearly struggling, but he did good. He hit the bar, he scored obviously, but could have just brought him on. Even Jovic, could have come on as well. And why play a high line when you're up 2 goals versus him? His main strength is speed. I'm still confused. We've officially seen it in all our lifetime of national team punishment and pain. And he's right. We've seen it all, and this is just another one. No other team performs like this at a World Cup but Serbia. There's questions needs to be asked of Stojkovic. And that's fair. We've looked up to him for the last year and what he's done for our football team. But last night, he did not do well for our football team. And it's a choke job. We're not out of the World Cup, but now you've got to pick these players up. After a loss and a draw, we should have won. Now you need to go against Switzerland, and you need to get that win. I wouldn't want to be the manager. But regardless, Saturday morning, we got to go for it, and I'll be there at Modern Sports Club. And what can you do? It's over now. At least we didn't lose. We still got the 1 point, so we're still in, and we'll have a chance again. Thanks for watching Serb football. I'll post hopefully a video just before the game on Friday, and fingers crossed. Thank you.